Welcome to Your Bookkeeping Matters. I'm Lisa Turner, bringing you short and snackable weekly episodes on bookkeeping and business matters in an easy to understand way so you can be in control and confident that you know your bookkeeping matters. Let's dive into this week's episode. Hello, savvy business owner. Today on Your Bookkeeping Matters, we're diving headfirst into the dynamic world of small business change. Change, it's a constant, isn't it? Whether it's a sudden shift in your market, technological advances, or the unexpected curveballs life throws at us, change is always happening. So adaptability is a superpower you need. So today I'm tackling this crucial skill set, flexibility, and sharing with you some strategies to not only weather the change, but thrive in it. We all know change isn't always a walk in the park. It comes with its fair share of hurdles. I did a recent episode towards the end of last year on navigating financial hurdles, and today we build on this. Solutions to empower you, and dare I say the word, pivot, but evolve and keep your business ahead. Cast your mind back a few years when a particular virus turned the world and businesses upside down. No one could have imagined this happening, but with strategies in place, many businesses not only survived, but thrived and are still thriving to this day. Even in my business, my bookkeeping practice Accounted for You, which was already an online business, completely virtual, I still had massive changes to implement and embrace. All my online e-commerce stores got insanely busy, giving me instantly more work than I had time for, all while having to homeschool 2 kids at the same time as running my now super hectic business. Don't even get me started on the logistics on this. But keeping to the business side, for now, I had to think on my feet and implement strategies and new systems to cope with this change. Plus the increased workload of managing and reporting everyone's JobKeeper whose business was struggling and everything it came with. The main thing was to stay flexible and adapt to the change. I always embrace change. It's in my nature. So it's important as a business owner to have this flexible mindset. If you fight change or resist it, things become extremely difficult and you might not get through the change easily or might not make it through at all. Like several businesses I know who refused to go online where they had the option through those tricky times and had to close their doors. Now, as we navigate change, let's touch briefly on 3 common challenges because, like I said, it's not always smooth sailing. And the first one is the fear of the unknown. It can paralyze your decision-making process. You can get stuck in the fear of it all, change nothing, and not make any decisions. If this is something you feel, it's important to remember there is always help and to reach out for it. Check in with your trusted advisors for help, support, and guidance. Even if it's not their area of expertise, they can point you in the right direction and help you move through the fear. Another way to overcome this paralysis is to make gradual changes, small steps to the change, and often makes it so much easier on yourself and on the business. A big change ahead doesn't mean you have to implement all the things all at once. Another challenge when change comes along is limited resources. You might not have enough time or enough funds available to implement the change. This is only one reason it's great to have a savings bucket for a rainy day. You can dip into it now. But if you don't have this cash savings, how else can you move forward with adapting? You can leverage technology to help you on the interim. Can a software solution bridge the gap until you can afford or budget in the full-scale solution? And the third challenge is actually a resistance to change. And this could be you resisting the change or your employees. If someone is resisting the change, this makes everything more difficult. Delve into the why you or the team member is resisting, and is it actually a fear of the unknown? Do they want more training? Is there a key piece of information you haven't shared with them? Effective communication with the team and involving them in the decision making is important when implementing change in your business. And if it's you resisting the change, again, delve into the why, and once you know this, you can work on it. Let's dive into the practical, flexible strategies you can implement to adapt to change. I can't stress enough how important your mindset is here when it comes to change. You need to have a flexible mindset. You can't fear change. As a business owner, you need to embrace it, research it, implement what works best for you or what your business needs, because every business is unique. What solution might work for one business may not work for you. So don't ignore change because you don't like what someone else implemented or said what worked for them. And overcome your challenges. We've looked at 3. There are others. You need to work through them so you can be flexible when adapting. Our first flexible strategy is agile planning. This is a dynamic approach which embraces flexibility, collaboration, and responsiveness to change. It's pretty simple at its core, but encompasses a lot of areas in your business. It leans on incremental progress and responding regularly to these changes and collaborating across both your team with things like daily stand-up meetings for short and sharp updates and your customers with regular feedback to help you keep organized and on top of change. You can apply this strategy across the board in your business or apply it to certain projects, making sure you include feedback on the process or change from your customers. And this is important because it helps keep your business aligned with your customer. The next flexible strategy is continuous learning. It sounds basic, right? And you would be spot on. As a solopreneur, always be learning, keeping yourself up to date. So if change is coming or needed, you're probably already onto it or aware of it, so you can implement what you need a little faster or smoother than if you had no idea about it in the first place. If you have a team, expand on this continuous learning that you're doing yourself to include them. It's not about sending everyone to regular training courses. It's about keeping them up to date on what they need to know. In-house training on areas they find sticky or difficult. For any training you've been to yourself, create a short session to pass this information on to them. Give them training in their schedule so they have the space to do it. It's about cultivating a workplace and mindset where it's natural and encouraged to learn, which leads to a more agile workplace where you can all more easily adapt to change. And our final strategy, let's talk about the game changer, the customer-centric approach. I could talk for hours on this strategy, and I do have an episode dedicated to this, so you know it's a big deal. Creating a customer-centric journey for growth is the episode name. But in today's episode, to apply it as a flexible strategy for adapting to change, it leans on placing your customers at the front of the decision-making process. If you use this strategy, you prioritize getting regular and honest feedback from your customers and using this to drive change in your business. This helps keep your business changes aligned, like I said earlier, with your customers' needs and their expectations. A huge example of this strategy is Netflix. They're continually updating their user platforms based on user feedback to make your experience as a user better, more personalized. Whether you realize it or not, they're always seeking and responding to customer insights. When you save movies or shows to your list, or you give the double thumbs up, or even a thumbs down, you're giving them detailed insights into what you as a customer like and want to see more of. So how does a customer-centric approach or strategy help you adapt to change? It becomes a little bit like a built-in radar alerting you to and helping you focus on areas which may need change. Staying closely tuned to your customers, you're not going to be reactive. You're being proactive because let's face it, who knows better than your customers what they actually want? In the world of business, being proactive and staying ahead of the game, you're flexible and constantly adapting to change. To wrap things up, 3 challenges with change to be aware of. The fear of the unknown. Research the change. Check in with trusted advisors and make smaller changes on the way to the big change. The next one, limited resources. Try to have a savings buffer for rainy days and lean in on technology. And lastly, resistance to change. Delve into the why, do more training, and keep everyone involved in the decision-making process. And the 3 flexible strategies, you can adapt one of these or all 3. 1, agile planning, regular check-ins with everyone, collaboration, and incremental changes. Number 2, continuous learning for both yourself and your team if you have one. This makes learning a key part of your business and makes it easier when it comes to change. Also keeps you aware of changes on the horizon so you're much better placed for them. And 3, use a customer-centric approach. Always listen to your customers for what they need, what's coming, and how it's working for them. These are all flexible strategies because you can adapt them to your business, your team, your current needs, and apply them either to all of your business or certain areas as change is needed. As always, with anything in your business, do what works best for you. The latest trend isn't always the best thing for you and your business and your clients. As I am a registered BAS agent with the Tax Practitioner Board here in Australia and also a member in practice with the Institute of Certified Bookkeepers, I have to do personally a minimum of 90 hours of continued learning over 3 years. And this helps me keep on top of what's happening in the industry, what changes are coming, and be prepared for them. So if you have a membership in your industry, check out the possibility of joining, what benefits they have, what training and support they provide to keep you on top of your game and the changes coming your way. If you want to keep up to date with other numbers related news, jump on our numbers list at accountedforyou.com.au/#numbers list. That's a bit of a mouthful. I'll link it in the show notes, of course. And once you're on this numbers list, I'll keep you in the loop with important changes as they head your way relating to numbers and your business. If you found today's episode on strategies helpful in any way, please leave a review to help me reach my goals for the year ahead to support more business owners grow and learn. I would be so grateful and would love to hear your takeaways from today's episode. Thanks for popping me in your ears today, and I'll catch you in the next episode.